What's up, guys? Another cold early morning here in Brisbane. It's approximately 4 a.m. What's it say up there? 3:50 a.m. And usually I get up at 3:40. Today I had to get up at 2:40. Last minute variables before bed, man, as I'm getting, oh man, I'm tired, bro. It was a huge day yesterday. I'm packing the kids' stuff for school tomorrow, getting prepared for my early morning. Then I get the news. I gotta be up a little bit earlier tomorrow. And just some unforeseen variables where I have people looking after my daughter. I'm a single dad, man. I have my parents help out on the days that I have her so I can train early in the mornings and not break that program, keep progressing. Last minute, they got to drop my sister to the airport for her thing tomorrow. She's going away somewhere. And so I'm like, oh, all right. Now, usually the old me would have been like, oh man, what? You find out as I'm already going late for bed, pushing myself, I was so tired, how am I gonna get up early tomorrow? I'm gonna have 3 or 4 hours sleep maybe 4 or 5 hours sleep. I'm not prepared. That's what the old me would have said. Because I've been pushing myself so hard lately, giving 100%, running to these cold showers, running to the early mornings, excited to be alive and trying again the next day. Excited about my goals. I know where I'm going. And I'm having the confidence in myself that path works. It's providing so much value back to myself that on autopilot, I'm like, oh, I'll wake up an hour earlier. No problem. Bring it on. I know how tired I am. I know how exhausted I am right now, but it doesn't matter. I know I'm still going to get up early tomorrow. And the test, the challenge of a 2:40 wake up excites me. It gives me fuel. It gives me strength. It gives me another challenge, another test, another opportunity to prove what I say means something, to follow through on my action to myself, to build more trust and integrity with myself. I could very easily say, oh, it's cold. It's an extra hour early. I need to sleep. I could have a leg session later in the day. Instead, I work for myself, I can make it work. No, I said to myself, I set a goal up at 4 o'clock or earlier every single day for at least 90 days. If I stopped, if I quit, if I made it easy for myself because the variables weren't perfect, I knew I would regret it for the rest of the day. I would let all the people down who were counting on me to follow through on my word. I would let my clients down. No way, man. A little bit of a sacrifice of sleep. We're talking about an extra hour. What's that in the big scheme of things, man? Might not be the most efficient, effective workout. Who cares? It's the workout in here and in here that matters the most. I know that showing up today provided so much belief and confidence and grit, perseverance, that I will carry to the rest of my day and to the rest of my life. That's how these things work, man. And then, as another prayer answer for me, bro, I'm writing in my journal last night. I did the reflection for myself yesterday. I'm like, man, I've got to spend more time with God in isolation before I shoot these videos in the morning. Because as I've started jumping back on the camera again, guys, I've really been prioritizing pouring my value out to you guys. Focused on the mission, focused on fishing. But called to be fishers of men. I'm driven to create an impact and a legacy, saving souls, pointing them to the Lord. And so I'm putting everything I can into this, man, giving 100%. And I feel like my relationship with God, even though I'm so tight with Him and praying throughout the day, I haven't opened my Bible more than twice this week, man. Maybe a handful of times. I'm praying throughout the day and stuff, but I'm really lacking that individual time with Him. And so I'm praying, oh my God, show me the weak point, show me how I can adapt. I want to bring 100% to my guys, to all the people that I care about, to my family. I want to give 100% just for me as well. And then so what happens, man? I have to wake up a little bit earlier. Test number 1. Do you still want this, Jack? Let's find out. You'll have the time in isolation with me. And I said, of course. This present time with you, God, in the morning means everything to me. I need it. I need that because I want to be better. I need that personal development morning system because it allows me to get the time advantage of investing in myself before my family and my loved ones are up. For all the distractions and chaos of the world and society and business, family, everything comes in when they wake up. When the world wakes up, but you have this time in isolation and solitude and no one's around, that journaling can be done purely without the social media distractions, without everything trying to just pull you off the path of seeing and sitting in God's presence and being still. You have to sacrifice a bit of sleep sometimes, guys, so you can have the time to be still. You have to make the time for it or it's not going to happen. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to not get up early. I'm not going to not avoid the time with God. I found out where I was coming up short. Make the changes. God presented the opportunity to make the changes and really solidify that, to test how bad I wanted it. I knew it was going to be challenging. So I ran straight to it because I know with overcoming that challenge, I'll get all the growth. Same principles that we learn in the gym here. So my reflections, I'm like, God, I want to be closer to you. How can I change my training? How can I change my routine? Holy Spirit, guide me. I surrender my time to you. It's like maybe film a little bit later in the morning after you've trained. Maybe film later in the day with a bit more organization rather than just all raw videos. Do the raw ones, but also have more organization in other ones too. All right, sweet. I noticed my training this week, it dipped off a little bit. Granted, I got some injuries I'm recovering from and physio and all that kind of stuff, doing it for that. But I look at my own training and I'm like, same lesson again, bro. Put your trust in the Lord. Be still, let Him guide your day. Realize you can have these organized systems and steps on how to film and when to film so that you can ensure your training is under your max potential. You can bring your best to people. You're training in your spirit with the time with God. You're training in your mind and your mind, your spirit, your body. All those things done in isolation as it should be. Then after that, talk on a camera. Then later in the day, work through the systems of your business where you can serve your clients, produce more content, refine yourself as a man, get better, as well as doing all the fatherhood stuff and just life stuff in general. But that's how I'm having to adapt that, guys, is realize that the solitude time in the morning is such a precious gift to me. And I was letting it slip in the natural order of how I've tracked for so many years, like how my energy works, how my focus works, how if I do this order of events in my day, it works really well for progressions of things, or it wears me out over time. And truth be told, guys, the early mornings where I'm jumping on the camera before I've done the training, it really wears on me. Usually I have that time before gym to sit and to think about the upcoming session, to really lock in and focus. When I have those sessions and I'm putting my purpose behind every single action, just attaching a deep, meaningful why that I have to every single rep and every single set, I push so much harder. But when I do this method, I wake up, cold shower, journal, prayer, reflection, and then go into the filming instead of going straight into the training. I find myself starting to drift a little bit off when it comes to my training. The focus is not quite there. And the cost of a split focus, guys, is really life and death. You notice that if you ever tried to run like more than one business at a time, the one that you feed grows. If you're always giving 50% here and 30% there and 20% there, you're never giving 100% in one thing at one time. And it's a really difficult balancing act. You've got to get right. And you should be progressing on all fronts at the same time. But the less things that you do and just do them at a higher capacity, a higher potential, the more those things are going to grow, because the more focus you can put into those things. I've had many different business ideas, guys. I've had to let some of these businesses sit on the back burner for a long time. Let them fizzle out and die sometimes too. So I could focus on the immediate ROI of the most important thing in my life. That's you guys. I had to completely stop my car business for almost a year so I could focus on the personal development and the building of the systems in my coaching program. It took everything, man. It took everything. But it's what I asked. So I gave everything. And now I'm reaping what I sowed. When no one else could see it, no one else believed it, I believed it, man. That peace comes by resting in God's stillness, God's presence. That you get it in isolation, you can have it through the busiest of times, but I've really found my level up right now, guys, is spending time with God in ISO. Having that time where I'm just thinking about my life, working through it, just trying to have a deeper relationship with Him just for me. I know that from that I can make better decisions throughout the day. Now come to the gym. I gotta be home in like 20 minutes, bro. Oh yeah, that's the other test that happened today. So I knew that I was gonna get tested when I asked for something that was so great. You need the test to see if you're really, really wanting it. If you can persevere them, I think you get to the next level. So it's cold, it's early, I have a limited time to come in here and train. And then what? The car won't start. What? Like, it's like 3 a.m. at this point. I'm like, no good. I'm not gonna wake all the neighbors up. I just grabbed a couple little things here, my sessions, and just started walking to the gym. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'll grab the camera and talk straight about this. Then I remembered that thought that said, hey man, you wanted to spend time with God before you started filming, right? You wanted that isolation and reflection. Yeah, I did. I know how bad you want to serve, Jack, but how about you come to me first? I want to know you. I want to know you better. I want to talk to you more. God, you answered my prayer. Gave me the chance to get up earlier. Gave me the chance to reflect more. Gave me the chance not to be so rushed. Even though I'm getting up at 3:40, guys, sometimes I feel rushed because I want to pour so much value into you guys. That it's just like relentless video, posting. I'm working with my clients, my guys, that even getting up so early, and I told you guys in multiple videos before this in the raw motivations, that 3:40 might not be enough. Maybe it is 2:40, maybe it's earlier, I don't know. But it's been feeling like that a lot lately, and I think that's because I haven't been letting the Holy Spirit guide my schedule as much as I normally do. And I would have realized that sooner had I spent more time in isolation. But the benefit of journaling and prayer is that you get to find these things much sooner because you're forcing yourself to sit still and to reflect. So God answered my prayer, man, gave me the opportunity to walk to gym. My camera wouldn't work on my phone. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So the car's not working. The camera's not working to talk about it because I straight away go to the thought of, all right, I'm going to tell you guys how I had this variables last night where I could have snapped in impatience and be like, what? How come you guys didn't tell me tomorrow morning? I got to be back by 4:10. I got to get ready for my kids' school tomorrow. I'm so tired and exhausted from today. I haven't had dinner. All these different things that was going to push me to bed at like 9, 10 at night. Exhausted. End of a massive weekend. But instead, it's the variables that made me say, oh, great. Oh, this is where I was waiting to level up. I'm trying. Great. Instead, I'm like, sweet. Let's find out. Let's find out what I'm made of. Bring it. Journal down all the weak points in my life again. Make sure they're on a paper before bed. Journal all when I say weak points, I mean areas I've identified to improve. That's the last thing I do before bed in terms of the tasks. Then I go pray with my girls, get to sleep. And yeah, man, wake up, got that test, first alarm, out of bed, go do my morning routine, start walking to gym, realize that, can't film. All right, right on, have that time with God. I laugh, he provided exactly what I wanted. Didn't come how I expected, but it's what I needed. And I get to gym, I'm like, man, I got like 20 minutes, half an hour to train. Maybe it's not ideal for me to train in the gym right now, right here. And that's okay, I'm cool with it. But I get this amazing revelation, is that God's always protecting me from something that I can't see or giving me wisdom that I don't know is happening in the moment. It's up to me to be able to receive that and to have the heart posture open to, well, when you say you want the Holy Spirit to change your schedule, man, do you really mean that? Okay, give it a chance. Like, actually receive that. It's all for a reason. One of the reasons today is I shoot a lot of videos in the gym with training. It's been quite some time since I've shot like videos in here of exercise tutorials, motivational stuff. Probably haven't been a good 6 months since I've woken up at 2:40. And I'm like, right, it brings back a fresh surge of motivation to train in an empty gym and to bring you guys some really quality content. Not only that, just a chance to think. I also made another video, a gym tour. So you guys make sure to check that one out. I'll show you the gym I've been training at for the last 13 years. And so much pride in this gym. Not because of the low maintenance and stuff that all those guys have not done, but the pride in a job well done. That I've truly given everything I've got while I've been here, man. There's so many pieces of equipment I've just poured like blood, sweat, tears, so many injuries, so much resilience, so much perseverance built in this gym. So I can't wait to show you that. So stay tuned for that one, guys. Anyways, I'm gonna quickly do some cardio and I'm gonna get home and just kind of alter the morning process a little bit, probably jump into work, edit some videos. It'll be like 4:20 by the time I'm home. The kid's not gonna be up till like 6:37. So interesting morning, but hey man, it's what we make of it, bro. It's never gonna be the perfect variables. It's gonna be like, what are you gonna do with it that matters? When I was shooting the gym tour video, there's a sign in this room over here and it says Australia's best workout experience right up there. And I was like, the best workout experience? Would I rate that after basically me confessing my love for this gym over the 13 years I've been here? And I was like, is it the best workout experience? No, it's what you make of it, man. You know, you could have the worst variables and still train and still get results. You know, the entitlement to the best quality equipment or having everything perfect is what keeps you guys stuck. You got to act when it's imperfect. You've got to, honestly guys, train the variables of where it's not perfect. Expect that it's going to be tough. Expect you're going to have a challenge to come. But build yourself in a way that says, I hope that these things come up so I get a chance to find the weak points in my mentality so that I can persevere those times. Look at things like the barbells that are bent, probably from me. An example of where it's not going to be perfect, but you can still push the weight. Train that variable, man. All those times where it's been so tough to get out of bed, so tough to track the macros, so tough to push myself in here. Built a mental grit, perseverance, and resilience second to none. And that's when you really get the chance to see what you're made of. And it just, honestly, guys, it gets easier every single time that you do it. You develop more and more of a love for the process and more love in yourself. And so you just like, you can't wait to wake up. I was so excited to wake up this morning, guys. And throughout the night, like my kid's coughed a few times too. She's still recovering and waking up. Like I didn't have a good sleep, man. But who cares? It's not about that, bro. It's about living. Not the cousin of death, which is sleep. Granted, we got to rest and recover with it. Yeah, I get it, man. But like, I just want to push. I just want to strive. I just want to grind. Don't listen to anyone else who tells you otherwise that that's a bad thing. Just make sure it's aligned with God's will and God's way. God's given you permission to give 100% in your life, bro. You got to not listen to all these dorks who sit on the sidelines and tell you that grinding is not godly. They're wrong. It is. It's giving 100% with what you've been blessed with. Time, energy, a healthy body, the opportunity to change if it's not healthy. I'll be damned, man, if I'm not giving 100%, even when the variable is not ideal for me, even when there's injuries, even when there's financial struggles, even when there's setbacks in relationships, business, whatever, man. 100% with what you got. That's the point. Grinding, striving. Things that provide so much value. Again, you can't earn a relationship with God, guys, but I think it's a good reflection on how you value what He's given you, that you do give 100% in everything that you can possibly give 100% in. Which, if we're really honest, guys, is every single variable in your life that you can control. All right. Constantly being in that rhythm of reflection, prayer, repentance. That's going to ensure that you're dialed in to give 100% in the right direction. So the worst thing you can do is give 100% in something that's not aligned to God's way, and then guess what? It's burned up, wasted. Wasn't built for the glory of God's kingdom, it was built for you. That shit won't last until eternity, boys. So everything you do, man, do it for the glory of God. And that's why I'm up here, man. Glorify God. I wanted that time with Him, He provided it. And maybe I might have set a new wake-up time, man. I got so many goals, so much vision, so much purpose that I want to pour out passionately into you guys. Show you just what I've been working on for so many years. Really just want to bring as much value as I can to the world, man. I want you guys to believe in yourselves. I want you guys to develop your relationship further with Christ. And so I need more time, bro. I need more time. All right, guys. I'm going to get it. Have a nice day, everyone. Love you all. Let's go.